Welcome everyone to the Nerd Nook. I'm your host Evan Teague. With my co is the man who I don't think is ready for what's about to happen today, Noah Bailey.
I'm not ready. It's going to
So
be hard.
today we're doing something a little different. I was inspired by another channel who did something very similar to this, and it's a little game thing that is called "Kill Your Babies." I'll probably call the YouTube title a little something a little less abrasive, but essentially. What this
You think?
is Noah and I have constructed a list of 32 cartoons. And essentially, the goal of this game is to erase all of these cartoons from existence until there's only one left. And then that one left is considered the best. Or our favorite. And the reason it's called Kill Your Babies is because one or both of us just adore all of these cartoons. So it's gonna be pretty hard to actually say, yes, I want to kill Spider-Man, like or whatever.
This is
So
not. Oh man.
just to give you a short little intro into how exactly this is gonna work. Let's say, for example, first off, this isn't actually what's gonna happen. First off, I say let's kill Samurai Jack. Each of us have two saves, and for example, he does not want to save Samurai Jack. So Samurai Jack is erased from existence. Then
hmm
he says, I'll kill Codename Kids Next Door. But I decide to save it. So he's one of my saves, and he can no longer pick Codename Kids Next Doors for 2 turns. So the turn
Hmm.
after this one, he can pick that. So it's gonna be very very interesting seeing what we save, what we decide to actually kill. It's gonna be brutal. So just be ready for it.
I'm just like no, because I want to save my saves, but I don't want to use them all up at first and
Yeah.
then like not have them later.
There is a way to game it
Oh,
where like you can somehow save your save to the very like final four, then you can
yeah.
control the board, but like you're probably not going to get that far.
That's what I was saying. Like, that's so much like agony to get to that point. It wouldn't be
Mhm.
worth it.
Okay. You want me to start? I guess.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Um. So as much as I like this show, I didn't watch enough of it. It's a show that was kind of on the air and like was just barely going off by the time I thought my family finally got cable or satellite, whatever. Danny Phantom. I only watched like maybe 10 episodes ever, and like
That
I
is,
love it, but
mhm.
I haven't had enough exposure of it, especially recently, to
Yeah,
really.
that is a really good show. I actually watched that after it went off the air,
Mm,
just like on my own, and it is a really good
yeah.
show. Admittedly, it ends kind of weird,
Hmm.
but it's a good show. But it's not worth the save. But
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Maybe I'm sure once if I ever go back down and watch it, I'll regret that decision.
yeah, I recommend watching it. Okay. Oh
But
gosh. Okay. So, oof. Hmm. Okay.
hmm
So
hmm
I say American Dragon Jake Long. I never really liked this show. I
Really?
like it was okay. Like it was all right, but I never like of all the Disney Channel shows, that was not one I was really a fan of. It kind of just it felt out of place. And maybe that's just because of how it was presented. And it's not a bad show. And I
hmm
do think I like Dante Bosco being the main character, which does throw me off a little bit when he's
Uh,
the good guy.
fair enough. But
But
yeah, that show, I actually was able to watch at least most of it because it came on like ABC or sorry, Channel
yeah,
11 ABC on Saturdays. So I actually was
yeah.
able to watch that at least the majority of it. Season 2 was way better than season 1. The art style is way better.
Okay.
All the characters are just more than one note. Um, and just the action overall is just kind of better in season 2. But season 1 still has its merits. Like kind of overall, actually kind of like a more buff dragon better than the slender Chinese style dragon. I get
Okay.
why they changed it to the Chinese dragon in season 2 because that makes sense for what the show's about. But and like just spoilers for all these shows, by the way, if we ever talk about them. Like
Be
I
prepared.
feel they uh the whole relationship between Jake and like his I don't remember what her name was, Rose maybe. I'll call her Rose.
I think that is right.
Okay, yeah, where like he doesn't know she's actually a part of. I almost said the Foot
Yeah,
Clan.
because
Almost said the Foot Clan, but not the Foot Clan. Whatever.
isn't like they are they like the dragon killing ninjas
Yeah,
or something?
yeah, the
Yeah.
dragon killing ninjas. But like my favorite episode of that show is it's not prom, but it's like some kind of formal dance, and Jake and
Mm.
Rose are there together, and like they constantly have to like give excuses to go like fight on the roof against each other and be like, oh wait, I have to go back, and the entire episode is them bumping back and forth between in the ball and fighting, and it's just chaos, and I love it. But also, you know, John DiMaggio as the dog is just John DiMaggio at
Mm.
but yeah, it's,
Such a
it's not
talented.
it's not worth the save. But I really like that show.
Mm.
My turn. Okay. Should I just go ahead and kill Rick and Morty? It's not gonna make it.
So early though.
I know,
Yeah,
but
I mean, like it's not, but it's so good.
it is
But then
very
again,
good. But something I've realized is that I have no desire to see season four. It's out in its entirety, I think, but I just
really,
don't want to see it. I don't know.
really,
Yeah. Have you seen
I've
it?
seen like I have not seen it. I saw a clip of an episode in season four that looked ridiculous, and I was kind of interested,
Okay.
but I haven't. I has I want to see it because it's been a while since it's been
Hmm.
out. Because I remember like season three came out like years ago,
It was like
so like I'm
2017.
excited.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. So it's been a while. So I'm like, I kind of want to see it a little bit. I'm not as hyped for it as like other shows coming
Hmm.
out this year, but like
Yeah.
I'd watch it.
Okay, but you're not gonna save it.
No,
Okay.
no.
Yeah, I like I know it gets a lot of bad press and like the fans are crazy, but like as a show, it's actually like it's very smart. It's very like it it definitely has this vibe of like a show that's almost made for kids, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah,
just looking at it, like if you saw like individual screenshots, you could maybe see this is a kids show, but then if you actually watched it for like half a second, like, oh no, this is no, don't have kids anywhere near this.
this is very much not a kid
No,
show. Don't be fooled by the
yeah,
animation. This is not for kids by any means.
which I
Oh
appreciate.
gosh, yeah, that show is
I
it's
actually would
absolutely insane.
appreciate more cartoons not necessarily aimed for kids. I think we need more of those.
hmm Yeah, which they were going to make that like regular show, like adult spin-off
Oh
thing,
yeah,
but I guess that never got off the ground. But it looked real because there was a
I remember
trailer
a
for it. It
trailer
looked
for that.
really
Yeah.
good. But
Huh.
yeah, but I don't. I've never heard anything about it, so I don't think it ever
Hmm.
came out.
Okay.
But say la vie. All right, my turn.
Yep.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take Johnny Bravo off the board.
Okay. Yeah, I was kind of teetering.
I Johnny Johnny yeah, yeah, because I never really like. I like the joke of "Oh, hey, pretty lady," and the chick like flips him across the room or
Mm,
something, which is kind of cool. But like as a whole, I never really was interested in Johnny Bravo. I just kind of I would watch it if it was on, but I was never looking for it.
yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. I do feel like it kind of mastered the. It's gonna sound like oxymoron, but the mundane, surreal humor, where like everything
Hmm.
it happens in it, could theoretically happen in real life, but it's also like very out there and just crazy. But like
Mm.
it's like relatable in a way too. It kind of, I feel like kind of from what I've seen of it, it kind of mastered that in a certain way. But yeah, Johnny Bravo as a character isn't exactly the best, and like the supporting characters aren't exactly that
Mm.
appealing either. So like it's very funny, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have a lot of rewatch value, I guess. Yeah.
Mm. Nah. Yeah, that's why it's like I yeah.
Okay. I feel like it's already getting very hard. Um,
I know.
because like I keep looking at shows and I'm like, oh maybe that's oh no wait, there's this one aspect I really like about that. No no wait, that like shaped my entire childhood. No no
hmm
oh, as much as I love the show, I think I have to go Samurai Jack. I think Samurai Jack is next. I
Already?
yeah,
Oof.
I I love the pacing of
Dude, that's
every single episode where these episodes, every single episode easily could have been 11 minutes, but they take deliberate efforts to stretch it out
mm.
to 20, like every single thing that happens like within in the show lasts like a minute too long and it's great. Like there's one scene of Jack just walking across a bridge and he just keeps walking across the bridge and then again, John Maggio playing a Scottish, or sorry, yeah, Scottish man with bagpipes, like also walking across the bridge, just casually playing bagpipes. That goes on for like a whole minute, and then like they meet in the middle, and then John DiMaggio's character just starts just berating him with all these random insults for again like 30 seconds, and like this whole scene could have been like 15 seconds, but nope, they had to stretch it over 2 minutes. It was great, but these other shows are just, I, it's already to the point where like it's these shows are all on the same tier. This
It's like
just so happens to be on like on the bottom of that tier. Just
that's what I'm saying. Like, where do you like? Where's the line? Like, where do you
yeah.
start cutting stuff? Like, I can't. Because I'm looking at this and now I'm scared because it's my turn.
Oh shoot, I did take two.
Okay,
Yeah.
need
Okay,
to.
go.
Okay, I love that show. Okay. I've got like three in my head. I'm thinking, and I got to pick one.
Hmm.
Uh, okay. No, wait. No, no, no. Okay, so this show is a great show.
Hmm.
I love it, and it loves me too. But I don't
Yeah.
know. Well, I got. I'm gonna go Billy and Mandy because
Really?
I like. Yeah, cause like I really like it, but I guess for me it was just like sometimes. Like I know this is gonna sound weird, but it was like too weird
I could
sometimes.
see that. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah, it kind of had that. It kind of had that courage the cowardly dog like factor into it because it was kind of
Not
like
quite as
I
creepy,
like
but
this.
still unsettling.
No, not that bad, but still there was moments where it was just like, all right, this is wild. Like,
Yeah.
and I love the show. I love how like Billy's literally just the
Just
dumbest character in
yeah.
anything ever, and like and and Grimm's for
I
Jamaican Grim Reaper because
I
why
love
not? And Mandy's just
that's such a funny
and like I
concept. Like
figured
how did that even
it
get
is.
how did that pitch meeting go? Like it's a
It's like,
show
all right,
about these
where's the
two
humor?
kids who like their roommate is the Grim Reaper, but he's also Jamaican for some reason. Like, how does that make sense?
Jamaican. And I'm just like, who? And like, and I just and like Mandy's like the most evil thing ever, but she's like 2 feet tall. This little girl is just like, and not like evil like like Megan from Drake and like
Mm,
actually terrified
yeah.
will take over the world. Like
Were they
she
siblings or
can.
neighbors?
They were neighbors. They
Okay.
were neighbors. They're
Right,
not
right.
related because they
Okay.
would like switch whose houses they would go to. It's
Okay.
Grimm, so they weren't. Yeah. But yeah, it was just absolute. And there was so many. And then the other kid, Erwin, the other kid, his
Right.
dad was his no, his granddad was Dracula. Yeah, and then
Sure.
his mom was a mummy for some reason, which again made no sense whatsoever. Like there was no reason that any of that,
Mm,
but they went with it, and
yeah.
that's just what happened. And oh my
And
goodness, it was
I
that
love
show
how
was
that
wild.
show handled gore because like people got stabbed left and right in that show, yet no one
Oh
flinched.
yes, No, people
I
got.
don't know how
I
that
mean,
got
people
past the
got
censors.
wasted. I don't, people got like eaten in that. Like
Yeah,
people like got destroyed in that show, and it was just like,
it's fine.
sucks to
It's
be
fine.
him. Like
Yeah.
like just like bro, or
Mm,
just that show was crazy.
yeah. Okay. So I think next I have to go with Steven Universe. Yeah. Are you still there? You-
Like it's a bad
Okay.
show. I've heard amazing things about it, but for
Mm.
me, I got like I think 7 episodes in before something came up and I just
Uh,
stopped watching it. But
I will
I haven't.
admit, like halfway through season one, you have to get like a couple episodes in before it actually starts getting good. But then once it starts
Hmm.
getting good, it gets really good. Like into season one, it's like maybe not the peak of the show, but it's like up. It's like up there.
Hmm.
But it stays pretty consistent after that point. But like it is a very smart show. It's like I feel it's the kind of show that we like kind of need right now. It's very open and like all it is and like it. But for me personally, just these other shows are just more important to me personally. So yeah, I
Hmm.
sorry. The action for a
Has to
lot
be
of the
done.
many of the episodes is actually very like top tier action. It almost feels like for this
Yeah.
show there's two or sometimes like even three different animation teams. One is very beautiful, one is very like more like action anime focused, and the other is just bland and bad. And
Hmm.
it's kind of upsetting. Like one of
Fair enough.
there was one arc that was leading up to this big climactic battle against like one of the reoccurring villains, and it had the third writer, and that fight was just kind of very like one dimensional, just like or sorry, like two dimensional, just hit, hit, dodge, hit, win. Like it was just kind of upsetting. You're like that fight should have been awesome. The very next episode had the first writer, which or his first animator, which is that was just the most gorgeous episode ever. It's like why couldn't he be like okay fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Next time. Okay,
Okay.
your turn.
Where are we? Um, no. Uh-oh.
Hmm?
It's like, uh-oh.
What's
I'm
next?
scared. Oh, gosh. There's some good ones. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Gumball. The next one we
Oh
go. I
no! I
know. I
love
know.
Gumball.
I know. I didn't want to, but I had to.
I get it
It's
though. I get it.
it's a really good show, and it's very smartly
Oh
written.
yeah.
I love it. All the episodes are amazing, and it's just the characters are. I love how different the characters are, and just it's just weird, but they
Mm,
go for it, and they do tropes, but they do them differently. Because
yeah.
they got the classic stupid dad, and like, but it's dumb in a different kind of dumb. It's like he's literally like a baby,
Yeah.
and like like it's just like I don't know, and the
I
good
get.
episodes and the like slapstick like physical comedy is a
Mm,
lot funnier than you'd expect.
yeah.
Like I remember one episode they're doing I don't know what it is, but someone gets thrown out a window and it's like mid sentence. It's like the
Hmm.
funniest crowd ever. It's like, yeah, well, how do we get it? Oh God, I'm just like, oh my God. Just like spit out my drink and everything. I was
Mm.
dying. I had to rewind that like twice.
I, just- I like. I love how this show is essentially like a parody of other like shows in that genre, and like
Uh,
every single episode rises and keeps rising, and then like more times than not, they just don't deal with the actual problem. They just end the episode, and then there's one
that is a
episode
happy episode.
where like all that stuff came back, and then it's like, how are we gonna deal with this end? It just ends.
That was so funny. I love that. That is one of okay. That was one of the best episodes because that stuff just didn't stop happening. Like, because every cartoon does that. Every cartoon, you just, oh, well, especially like, like Family Guy, stuff like that. It's just like, oh, okay, we're done. Like,
Yeah.
that's just it. But like this show, everything just goes back. We have to deal with it all at the same time.
Hmm.
Oh, that's a good episode.
Oh,
Or like the Dodger Dare episode, with the one where they play. It's kind of like the like Jumanji, kind of like Zathor kind
yeah.
of thing, where like they play the game and it's real, kind of.
Hmm.
It's like, oh my gosh, that was a good one.
Yeah, that one hurts, but it's not.
Mm.
I have like four.
Heavy.
I have like four on here that I need to save. That's
That's what I'm
unfortunately not
saying.
one of them.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's time. I'm gonna force you maybe to use one of your saves.
No, don't
You'll
do
fill the out, Max.
that. Oh, dude, no. Why? Wait a minute. Come on. That's such a good show. You know how good that
I
show
know it
is.
is. I know it is. But like,
Stop it.
I
Don't attack me.
I love it
I
to
haven't
bits.
attacked
I
you yet.
do.
So
But like all
good.
these other shows, man, come on.
But it's so good. I
I know. I love Crocker. But
I know. Like, no, Timmy's the Cosmo is the greatest kid, the funniest. Like, I think Cosmo's like one of the funniest characters in anything I've ever like watched. Like, oh
yeah, Timmy's dad, I think, honestly might be my favorite of the dumb dad trope because he's really not that dumb. He's just kind
not
of
even
weird.
like, yeah, yes. He just does weird stuff. Like he owns that because I know like Jimmy Neutron's dad and like all this stuff. Like they tried it, but it's
Yeah, no.
not the same.
Mm-mm.
Like Timmy's dad is a whole new level of just like tinkle burr and like all this
Yep.
like cloudy with a chance of rain. Tinkle burr. Oh my gosh! Like, and there's so many memes
I,
and oh, don't.
I know the memes are very
Yeah,
good. I
look at the
know.
board. Hold on, let me. These are very good.
But do
No, I need.
you?
Okay, I can't lose
Is
them.
it good enough to save though?
I
You have two saves.
know. No. I'm trying to think. I'm like, okay, what are you not gonna kill? I'm trying to like future plan. No. I'm gonna save it. Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
save it.
Okay.
I
One down.
got to. I got to.
Okay.
Like that's too good. I can't. I love that show. That is one of my favorite cartoons ever. Like I found a live stream for the original episodes on YouTube. I was
Hmm.
watching that for days. Like
Nice.
I am not exaggerating. It was bad.
Uh,
Oh my
oh, I actually.
gosh.
Oh, you saved it.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Any that we were saved, I'll paint in yellow. Yeah.
Good call. Okay.
Your turn.
My turn. All right. Um let's cut Ben 10.
Oh no.
Let's cut Ben 10. Yeah.
Hang on. That wasn't on my original four, but I might make an amendment. Hang on.
Oh, oh.
Because like there are there are several shows on here that like essentially laid the foundation for the superhero
Mhm.
show thing, Flame Boy I told you about. Ben 10
Yeah.
was totally one of them. Like
Oh, yeah, I can tell.
like even like subconsciously to the point where this show, series thing has gone through many different renditions where like essentially it was like Flame Boy, and then the next season was Flame Boy's kid, and the next season was next series was like Flame Boy's like very, very distant relative who's the one that like who circumstantially just kind of gets fire powers. And then the next series is like a complete reboot. That like even subconsciously that like follows Ben 10 like like into the reboot like
You didn't even realize
yeah.
it.
But and like all of his aliens are just so cool and like some of the most interesting alien designs I've ever seen in anything. And it's
No, and
like
they're like so diverse, like vast and diverse, and like they have very specific characteristics and stuff like that. And like, I don't know, it's hard. I guess for me, because I really liked the original,
yeah.
but I guess I just as they kept adding like different like series and like adding onto those, and I kind of just like over time I
I
just didn't
liked
feel the same.
Alien Force when it first came out, but then it just started
Yeah,
to kind of drag, and then Ultimate Alien was just kind of more of the same, and it like the
yeah.
Omniverse was fine.
I never even watched that one.
The new one sucks. I'm only
Yeah. Oh,
including
aren't they
like
like super little in the new ones now? For
no,
some reason, like
no,
I don't know.
they just look weird and bad.
Okay.
But they
It's like I don't know.
also I hate when reboots have the same voice actors from the first series come back and act like it's the same show, but it's clearly not.
Mm.
Like this, you're a different
Teen
show. Like
Titans go.
what? What?
Teen Titans
Yeah,
go, but it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. Exactly. Again, Teen Titans is just Teen
So
Titans, not Go, just Teen Titans.
can't even. It's so painful.
I'll let you do it. I'll let you do it. Fine.
I'm
Bye,
sorry.
Ben
I'm
10.
sorry.
Bye,
I'm sorry.
Humongousaur. Bye, Way Big. Forearms. Gray matter, etc. Not mad.
You seem a little bitter.
Tom and Jerry. No, I'm kidding. Not yet.
No,
Not yet.
whoa,
Not yet. Not
whoa.
yet.
See, that's mean. That's mean. You can't do that. I mean, you can, but you should.
Oh, okay, I already got you once and fairly odd parents, so I think I'll go back to neutral territory with Legend of Korra.
Yeah,
It's great.
yeah,
It is. By the
it
way,
is.
if you've noticed, Avatar isn't on here because it would win. That's not wouldn't be
It's
fair.
got to. It's not
Yeah,
fair. It's watching.
yeah.
Like, on this show. Which again, and I think that's the thing with Korra. Like again, Korra is not bad. I think some seasons
Mm.
not as good as others. And
No.
I think part of it not be, I think for me, I guess it not being one long sequential story,
Hmm.
which it is, but not in the same way that the original is, that kind of bothered me. And also just it's not the original. So like it's naturally in that
Yeah,
shadow.
you can't help but
So
compare it, but like as a
right.
show, season three is like some of the best animation or cartoon ever. Like it is
Mm,
fantastic,
so beautiful.
but it's just not as good as Avatar, so you can't help but like compare it. Like the parts that aren't as
True.
good, you were like, oh, that could be better because Avatar did this so much better. Blah, blah, blah. Like the fight, like the four, were there four? Yeah, because the wind guy, the
Yeah.
lava guy, the water person. What was the other one? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the
And
combustion thing.
then
Like
like the
those four
combustion.
were
Yeah.
awesome.
That was crazy.
That was a great season. But
Hmm.
and like season four
And
was also pretty
I
good.
love
Season
how
one
they
was
were
fun.
set up too. Like,
Like do you get the idea that the what is his name? Zahir? Yeah. Zahir, you get the idea that like he was
yes.
this great intimidating mastermind evil person before he had powers. And then once he randomly was able to airbend, he just went ham on everything. It was great.
Yes. It was awesome. And like I guess it was so cool because like and like when he goes to like release all his comrades, like they're each specifically in like the most desolate places so that they can't be free, because they that's how bad they are. They're in
Hmm.
these like prisons across, and then you like one by one they get some free. It's like, okay, so what makes this guy so special? Oh, that's lava.
Yeah.
Oh, she has no arms, but you know that she's gonna make up for it by being ridiculous. Or she's got the third eye thing. We know what that means from the last show.
I used to
Like
hire
nuclear
someone
brain.
like her when I was chasing the Avatar. It didn't work.
Super
Very fine.
awkward. Didn't work. Oh my gosh, that's just such a yeah. I really like that season too because like I like Zahir, like I like Zahir's like motivation too, like because you look at him, he's like, yeah, we need to get rid of the government because like in a way, like again, especially the Earth Queen,
Hmm.
super corrupt, super terrible. He's just like, I don't think we need
Yeah,
leaders.
we don't. We don't.
Airbend suffocates her, which is
Which
like
that
the
was the
most
first episode that was
intimidating.
exclusive to to online to like. I have a feeling they knew that and they amped up the grotesqueness of that scene.
Yeah, they did, but that jump was crazy. I'm like, bro, he just saw, and like it was, and like I love how like since it's been time
Hmm.
like in real life between the old show and the new show, as well as the future.
Hmm.
that like how much bending has like been adapted and fit. So like like
Yeah.
the police officers they use metal belt bending with their things, or like how like I don't know like it's just like the whole metal clay. I think that whole thing is
Yeah.
super cool.
And I
Like
love the
just bending is so
idea
cool.
of the like bending sports tournament thing they had going, but like it
Yeah.
wasn't really done all that well. It was very like
Yeah.
linear and like there wasn't a lot of
Yeah.
creativity from the old show. You couldn't really like because they just have like earth discs. Like earth bending is the coolest thing from from
Right.
Avatar. But like when you just have rock discs, you can't really do much with that,
Yeah,
which
it's
is a
not
little
really that
disappointing.
cool. Which, yeah, if they had like a big like
Yeah.
planetarium kind of stadium thing
Hmm.
with like, there's like lit up torches and like it's on the ground and there's like rivers, like that would have been
That would have been
sick.
cool.
Like what, right? Like you would have been beautifully animated first of all, and it would have been so cool to just like, you know, bring the ground around and like and it's just like
Hmm.
yeah, more you could use more in like a more natural environment,
Yeah.
but. Still, yeah, but again, like I do like the idea. I think it was just for me, it was not as interesting because it felt like a distraction from what I really cared about.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
I want to know hear about Amon, who was this really intimidating guy who could just casually take people's bending, which was really cool
Hmm.
because we hadn't really seen anything like that before.
Yeah. Aside from Aang, who like he's the Avatar, so it made sense why he did that. But
Right, but like this guy's just some dude. Like
mhm.
yeah, and I also think the idea of like equalists was really cool. Like people who are like,
Yeah.
we don't have bending, so we're being oppressed. Like I think that's it because that makes sense. I feel like that would very much happen.
Yeah. And they were still a threat, even though they didn't have bending. Like they took
Right,
Ty Lee's
like
like
go.
pressure point technique and like
Yes,
that up to the extreme, along with like
amped
shock
it
gloves
up
and
and
stuff.
like yeah, exactly. I thought that was really cool.
Mhm. But
Yeah.
but yeah,
Good
like
show,
it's
but
a great show, but it's time. Sorry,
fair enough.
your
Okay,
turn.
where are we? Where are we? This is getting difficult. Okay, so Ed, and Eddie.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'm starting to pick off the ones that are
What I
again,
feel
and then
in a
good.
different crowd, like with I feel like we're the only people who don't just adore this show because like everyone I talk to is like this show was my childhood. Like I used to eat the show. Like I liked it.
Yes.
It was if it was on, I would watch it. It's just it's fine. I
Yeah. Like I mean,
it's fine.
I
Oh.
I like I remember growing up. I would say this is the funniest show I'd ever
Mm,
seen because this show was amazing with slapstick.
yeah.
Like you felt every time someone got hit by it, like hit in the face
Mhm.
or thrown across the cul-de-sac or whatever. Like it was just, and it was funny because like you would like feel the fear when like Sarah busted, and
Right.
you're like, oh crap,
Right.
Sarah, like, yeah. Or like when like when Rolf is or like when someone's like or like the chases.
Hmm.
They were always being chased. And you're always just like, oh no, he got caught. And, like gets beat up and like oh, it was just really good. And like me and my like this was a show me and my brother bonded on because a lot of times we couldn't agree on what to watch, but we
Right.
both were like, okay,
And
we
Eddie.
can
Yeah.
watch this.
Yeah. And yeah, maybe if I actually like literally grown up watching it, because this is another show that I kind of caught towards the tail end of it actually airing. So
Mm.
maybe if I actually just kind of absorbed more of it growing up, I would have really liked it. But I don't know. It's just kind of. I'm sure, like even now, if it's on, I would watch it, but it's not one I would seek out to watch. So, oh well.
Yeah, fair enough.
Impossible.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I I love this show too.
I love Kim Possible. Like
And
Kim
John
Possible is
DiMaggio,
like one of
Draken
like
is just the best, and like
for Kim
his
Possible.
psychic lady,
No, he's
great,
so
but like,
good.
ah, man, that's
Yeah, that's a.
do I want to kill it now?
I really
Thinking
love
back on
this
it, I love
show.
it.
Like this is hard. This is getting really difficult. Huh?
I think I have to. I literally have
Yeah,
to kill
that's
it now. There are
yeah.
no
For
other
a
options.
while, again, this was a show. yeah. I mean, what's left? I mean, honestly, well,
There's only one other on here that like,
yeah, that's pretty much it.
but that again, that one is like one of the ones that was quintessential to the formation of like my
There's
entire
like
creative
two on
science.
here that I would like
Ugh.
maybe before this one, but like not even. Like
And I I feel that
I know,
Kim
I
Possible
know.
came
It's
out at the perfect time for a show like this because like I feel like I understand why this type of show is like it is now, but if this show were to come out now, it would really amp up the girl power ness, and like that's all it would be. Whereas where since this came out in like the mid 2000s, it's just a show. Literally is just a, a show, and the main character just so happens to be a woman. Like that's it, and I really appreciate that. So,
mhm.
but
Yeah,
as much as I
and
appreciate
like
it, I don't know.
I just love it.
Yeah, sorry. Unless you want to save it, which I
Yeah, and like she's awesome because like yeah, I know like I can't, but
that one
it's a
really
really good
hurts.
show. I really enjoy. Like this was a show. I
Well,
just
is what it
it's
is.
really good, and I just yeah, I just it's yeah, I really like the show, and like I watched it. This was another show I kind of watched after it was
Mm,
over, just to
mm,
kind of like as I was a little bit old. And like even like because I was watching this in high school, and I'm literally like, the show is great.
yeah.
I'm eating up the show because like I like how the main character, although she's naturally good at a lot of things, she
Mm,
still sucks at stuff. I
yeah.
think that's great because like you're like, oh man, I can literally fight ninjas and all this stuff,
Mm,
but I'm also that person who can't cook worth crap,
yeah.
or like, oh, that like I overcommit to my schedule and like do like because
Mm,
she's trying to be perfect and she's not succeeding, and that's why because like Ron will be like, oh, I can do that, and then just like kills it, and you're just
uh-huh.
like, what?
And also,
And like,
I appreciate a show, especially from that era, that like actually still holds up. Because a lot of shows from
mm-hmm.
like 2005 and before, they were probably hilarious in their time. Like Cow and Chicken. What even is that show?
I don't know, or like cat dog and stuff
Or like
like
Ren and
that. Like,
Stimpy. Like these are just weird. Just how did anyone grow up on this stuff? But
what am I looking at?
like Kim Possible, I've watched like a couple of over the summer. I've just kind of like full episodes. I just kind of stumbled on YouTube. Like okay, fine, I'll watch this, and they were still really good. So I appreciate that. Oh.
Yeah, yeah, I love it, and also one thing like one thing about this show that's really rare is that this is one of the only shows where they change clothes almost regularly.
Yeah, yeah, huh?
It's a small detail, but like
Like she
a
always
lot of
has
shows they wear
her.
the same outfit every time. But if you watch Kim Possible, like they pretty much like they have like multiple outfits. I think there was like I saw like a post on Instagram one time.
Yeah, like they obviously they keep generally the same
Good.
fighting get up every time, but like when they go to school, they more often than not have a different outfit. It's great. Yeah. But, oh, yeah, that one hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, your turn.
Right. Yeah. Just little details like that, but great show.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Oh boy. Um. Yeah. It's gonna be one or the other. Okay. All right. And again, I love this show, but
Mm.
I got kids next door.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's time. Great
Nope.
show. Like I love the show. Nope.
I'm saving
Nope.
it.
Did you
Yeah, I
really?
saved it.
No.
You're not killing that one yet.
Nope. Oh my god. Oh man,
Number
I
one is
respect
the
it.
greatest character ever put to
I
screen.
respect it.
This show has
He
some
is
of
a
the
legend. It
it
is a
has some
really
of
good show. I
the
just
most creative villains in any kids show. Like it is great. They're not
hmm
going to kill it just yet.
it's great because it's stuff that everyone can.
Yeah.
And it's stuff everyone can relate to as a kid, because like the evil lunch lady or the
Hmm.
dentist, like like it's just but it's so thought out. Like it just takes this idea, all right, kids secret agent, and it runs miles with it. Like
Uh-huh.
it goes full in. They're all over the world. Everything's an acronym, which is insane.
I
That is
know.
really hard to do. Like they
Yeah.
go in on these things, and
And like I love how that
and
voice
then they
like
like
every single time an acronym of like a new doodad is introduced, they like read out the entire acronym, and one was like 15 characters long,
mhm.
and like love that.
Well, that's legit. And I like how sometimes like you can tell they're like right now stuff. They're like, look, it's really good freaking crazy. Like they just run
Yeah.
out of stuff to say almost. They'll just say like, I just love that idea. And like
Hmm.
I love how they have like weapons, but they're like it's like mustard or like
Or just like
gumballs or
two pieces of
whatever. Like
wood
it's
slapped
just
together that just like smacks you.
it's
And then like
such a
some
good
things are just
show,
like
dude. Like
actual lasers, yet they don't act like lasers.
yeah. I'm like, wait, is that like is it soda cannon? Is it a laser? Like I don't even know. And I love how like soda's like alcohol. Like oh,
Uh,
it's illegal if you're under this. And they're like oh, don't let the press
I just
see.
I
And like
I
oh my
appreciate
god,
so much when any form of media like takes a concept and sticks with it to its logical extreme and then doubles down on that concept. Like this show is the very embodiment
hmm
of doubling down on these are kids in a secret society. Like all every single adult is against them. Like like it's just oh, it is great.
it is wild.
And then like every single episode is like a reference to some movie or some other pop culture thing, which it makes sense because these are kids.
Yeah.
Like they these are references that they would know, and like they're essentially, if you go by the theory that these are just kind of kids, just like essentially like on the playground, like imagining all the stuff happening. That makes sense. Like when you're, you know,
hmm
every kid ever has been on the playground, like imagine they were a part of the Star Wars lore or whatever. Like that makes sense. So,
So good. And good characters too. Good writing. It's a great show.
mm, okay,
All
your
right.
turn.
Next up. No, it's your turn.
Oh yeah, right.
Because you saved it.
Oh no. Are you willing to say Fairly Odd Parents a second time?
No, I can't save
Okay.
it twice.
Okay.
Really?
Sorry.
That's the one? That's the one out of all these shows?
I'm sorry. What else
Really?
do you want? Like, what do you what do you
Ah,
expect?
how dare you? There's
What do you
so.
want me to kill on this list? What do you
I,
want from me?
I'll let you. Oh, give me a second. I'll let you know.
Okay. I'll
I'll
probably
show
save
it.
it
No,
too, whatever it is.
no. I'll just no. I'm not gonna go anything crazy. But no, I get you. Like yeah, I mean, it is a really good show. It's one of my probably top 10 show for me
It was
for
number
sure.
seven.
Maybe top
It was
five.
your number
Yeah,
seven.
yeah. Okay,
I
okay. It
think it
was
was
up
seven.
there.
So
Yeah, I know it was up there. 'Cause I love that show. Is I will always like aside from after they got the dog and from there it's weird, but up until that point, I'm all for it.
okay.
It
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
great.
Sparky was unnecessary to say the least.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I feel like we haven't done a lot, but it's been so painful getting
Let
to
me
this
just
point.
go over what we have left. Teen Titans,
Oh.
Looney Tunes, Gravity Falls, Kids Next Door, Batman, Adventure Time, Transformers, Tom and Jerry, Shaolin Showdown, X-Men, Regular Show, Young Justice, Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Phineas and Ferb, Invader Zim, Spider-Man, Ninja Turtles, SpongeBob, Justice League.
I like. I'm pretty sure I've watched like almost every show on here, like every
Yep.
episode. That's the problem. This is the problem. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Shaolin Showdown, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
like
surprised it got this far, but it's so good though.
it is. It's like it's so.
How have
I
we not talked
like
about the show
again.
before? Like I didn't even know you. I think I put that on for me. I didn't know you liked it too.
Oh, dude, I love this show, dude. Oh my god, dude, Jack Spicer, dude.
Yes.
Oh my god, that is that dude is hilarious. That is
Yep.
the best character on the show. I don't even care. Like I can't deal.
Uh-huh.
Like, and I love the concept too. You know, like it's magical objects around, like literally around the planet, so they
Hmm.
go everywhere, and like it's just really fun. It's well written. It's really funny,
Yep.
and like I just like you know, and you got like, and like you know, like the different characters are different. Like it's just a really good show. I really
Oh
liked
yeah.
it.
Yeah. And again, that show was like very instrumental in essentially the majority of my creative side. Like it's just the way they use all the different medallions and whatnot, and just
Hmm.
like I think my favorite arc in that show was when crap, what was the Raymundo? Yeah, when
Yeah.
Raymundo I think like got fused with all these different
Oh
um
yeah. You got like mixed them
yeah,
together.
like all fused together, and like and then the ghost tried to like possess him, and then
Hmm.
they had to fight her inside of him, but she had like used she could use all of them at once, and it was so good. Uh,
And I love like when they introduced Chase Young, this like crazy evil dad,
right.
like the Ra's al Ghul of like
Uh,
their world basically, and he's just like he doesn't even care. He's just like, I don't even need Shin Wu, and he's like, oh no, he's not that guy. And he's like, oh crap, like this guy's serious. Like, oh my gosh, that's such a good show. This is
yeah,
this is
I think it's time for it to go. Sorry. uh, like the Fist of Tebagon is just iconic. It's just
there's
a
so many.
fist that's really hard and big. Like that's all.
It just breaks
Yeah.
stuff. Like and like there's so many cool ones.
Mm,
Like there's so many that I'm like,
I
I
have to
wish that was
H.
yeah, like I really wish some of these were real. Like I would love this. And like oh yeah, and
No.
it's like jackpots attack and like they all just instantly get wrecked and he's
Uh,
just like, oh that sucks. Like time to escape. Oh, such a good show.
well, back to my turn. Um. Um. Ah. Shoot.
Right. I don't even know.
Gravity Falls. I guess.
I guess.
Gravity Falls
Like,
has some of my favorite episodes of cartoon. Period. Like it is
I know.
like
It's
every
that
the
good.
three episodes leading up to Not What He Seems is like some of the best cartoons anything. Like
Bro, it's wild. Like, the amount of mystery in this, like, I've
mhm,
never been more interested in,
yeah,
like, a show, like, cartoon or otherwise. Like, I was into this mystery. I was like, I have to know how this goes on.
yeah.
And when there's all these journals, and, like, and I remember when they finally opened the portal, and it
Hmm.
turns out it's his brother the whole time. I was just like, what? Oh my god! Like I about lost it. Like I remember I was in my living room with my dad. My dad's like, "Wait,
Hmm.
what's going on?" I was like, "Dad, I don't know. I can't explain it. I have no idea what's going on." And it's just like, and they did such an evil job of just playing one episode every couple of weeks, and like you just had to like,
Yep.
oh, and they put in a filler episode. You're like, "No, what's
Yeah.
going on?" I
Another
need
show
to
that
know.
was just kind of screwed over by the production. Like
Yeah,
it should have gotten 3 seasons. If it was a three
just
season show, would have had more time to expand the mystery of the Blind Eye Society, and then like you would have spent
mhm.
more time with Ford in the third season. But said you only got like 4 episodes with Ford, and then finale.
Yeah, which a great finale, by the
Oh
way.
yeah, like the
And
last
yeah,
episode is great, but
yes, and I'm a huge fan for when stuff throughout the show comes back in the end. I
oh yeah,
love that.
oh
And
yeah.
they have literally like everything they worked on, like this whole, and it's just going ham. I'm just like, yeah,
Yep.
like I'm like Brenda, I'm like, yeah, like I'm losing it. It's
Yeah,
just
and like
like,
that, then
oh,
they like buffed out the Mystery Shack with like every single thing from all their like a
yes.
dinosaur arm, and like it's just great.
Oh my god, multi-bear and like everything. There's so many good episodes. Such a good show.
Like my only fault with it is that it was a whole season two short. Like
Right,
it
and that's not
after
their
the big
fault.
mystery happened midway through season two, it just kind of petered out after that, and that's just a little annoying.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so
I
good.
remember wondering about the show so long. I was just like, what is going on? Like, because like stuff like the blind eye society, like, oh, it erased his memory, so he doesn't remember the secrets. Like, somebody has to know. Like, it's so
Yeah,
crazy. Like, oh
but
my
that was only
gosh,
one
dude.
episode. And like at that point, I realized they're probably gonna be rushing this season, but whatever, whatever.
Yeah. Again, not their fault, but
Yeah.
had to be done. Oh boy.
And
Oh
also the fact
no,
that
that's not.
not three, like there are three journals, and they're not three
Yes.
seasons. Like every you put out a box set with all with like season one is book three, season two is book two, season three is book one. Like boom.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just it could have been so perfect,
Mm,
and like the amount of mystery they put into this show, because they would have like secret messages playing, you had to play backwards and stuff.
yep.
Like they would go
Every single
so
end credit
in.
sequence is a secret message. Like
That's
that
what I'm
was,
saying. Like they went in on this
and then
show.
like
They
they
were.
changed how to decode it halfway through season one, and then again in season two. Like, chill out, guys.
That's what I'm saying. Like there was so much mystery. And I don't even know if the decoded things actually like told you anything. I don't really know. I
They
never
were
had the
more.
ever.
They I think every single decoding thing was like a reference to something that happened in that episode. It was just a little Easter egg, but there was
Okay.
one. I think there was one that actually like revealed something, kind of like revealed something mystery. But other than that, it was
Yeah,
mostly
and
just
there was some crazy stuff. And like Bill Cipher, this guy
yeah.
is just absolutely terrible. Like he's so casual, but he's so terrifying. He can just
Mm,
do anything, and it's like so evil and
mm. Yeah, like Bill
so much.
Cipher is up there with like Aku and like my some of my favorite characters.
Yes,
I don't know. I don't know. You know
just
how I didn't talk about him, Samurai Jack, but like they are up there with like just crazy, just like power hungry, power crazy, creepy
just
villains. Mm,
insane. Yeah, just the world is whatever I want it to
mm,
be villains, and like those are that's
oh yeah.
crazy. Such a good show. Okay, moving right along. Oh, I love these. I
I
can't.
know. I'm so glad we decided on two saves.
Yeah, I am
Could have
too.
done more, honestly.
Oh my gosh, how do we do this? I don't want. No, I like that. No. All right. As much as I say, let me say this. Okay, regular show. Got to do it.
No.
I know, but
Ah.
I know, man. I watched that literally like 2 days ago. It's on Hulu. I know. I can't, cause,
I
cause
can't bring
what do you?
myself to save it with the other stuff
That's
that's
what
on
I'm
this
saying.
list,
Like,
but
but
it's
what would I give up in its place? Like, I, I can't. I've been thinking about it for 10 minutes. I can't. We're at the point where we just they're like someone's gonna be mad. Like
yeah,
there's no correct answer anymore.
again,
Which
that show
again,
is so smart and like it's really
I love
not a
that.
kids show, but like kids can enjoy it for like the kind of wacky adventures and the colorful characters, but like you really have to be like 15 and older in order to really understand what's going on. It's
Like really get the jokes and like the little like subtle like adult joke hints and
mm,
like I just appreciate the characters too because like it's kind of it's a lot smarter than it looks,
mm,
because and I love how like they have different like the different roles they have in the show and then I love like and just like the every no matter what every episode at one point gets bonkers in one way or
crazy.
another. Like it literally, like everything will be totally fine, and then all of a sudden, some magic deity shows up,
Yeah.
or the world's about to explode. Like something absolutely balls to the walls happens at
And like
randomly.
you think after like 50 episodes, like, oh yeah, nothing can surprise me anymore. This show has thrown everything it could possibly throw at me. It might do variations of this. that's all. Like I have seen everything, and then anime happens. Like what?
Yes. You're
I need
like,
you to kill this
no.
cassowary. Like okay, it's a bird. Who cares? Turns into a robot, and then like just escalate from there.
Yeah,
It's just
like
oh,
do some
okay,
like super anime transformation.
yeah.
Like,
Combining with
oh
those
my god.
geese, and then like the Power
Yes.
Rangers come out of nowhere. It's just oh,
That
it's
was like that was one of the best
favorite
episodes
episodes.
because they brought them back too, like from another
Again, like
episode.
a show reference, like bringing back all this other crazy stuff from previous episodes into a culmination of this
Yes.
huge climax.
And I was just
Oh,
like, this is crazy. Or like just anything. Like the show was absolutely or like one of my favorite the basketball episode where just like the god
yep,
of basketball just shows up for 2-on-2 and
yeah.
then they like go into space to come down and dunk the ball for the win. And he's like, oh yeah, we finally won. Margaret, I can help you. Oh yeah, that was 2 months ago. And he's like, dude, he's like, bro, time flies when you're in space, man. Like, not realizing how long it's been. Like, oh my gosh, dude, like
Wow.
it's absolutely insane. Just
But yeah,
such a good
as
show.
good as it is, as much as I love it, yeah, I can't afford to
And
save.
so I don't even. Oh, that like hurts a lot.
I am so sorry for what I have to attempt to do next.
Don't do it.
I I have to. This is the only
You don't.
option for me right now. I have to kill
You
Tom and
don't have
Jerry.
to. No, no, I won't let you. I
Okay,
don't care.
okay.
I don't care. That's
I
like
had
the
a
one
feeling that
show
would
that I
happen.
was like,
Like, I have no
like
other options. All the
I
other shows
know,
are too
I
good.
understand that. I know, but you can't because it's no, I can't. That is my favorite. Like that is the cartoon.
I know,
Like
and like I know sorry, Tom and Jerry is to you and Looney Tunes is to me, but like it's just I don't like it as just barely not as much as these other shows.
I know. Like it's gotten to the point where it's just like it can't not. Like everything's on everything is like top tier or above
Mm,
almost. Like there's nothing on here I would not watch. Like
yeah,
probably the whole show.
yeah.
Like like if one or the other like hasn't like memorized the entire show at this point. Like it's so difficult because like I don't want because I don't want to get rid of these things, but
Yeah, the games, sorry.
that's the thing. Like it has to like eventually there will be an end. Like
Yeah.
we're in the end game now. Oh no, but I love Tom. Tom and Jerry is God, I love Tom and Jerry.
I would.
Like I went on a cruise with my family.
Mm.
It was a week long cruise. I literally went to bed, ate food, and watched Tom and Jerry. That was it.
You
There
on a
was some
cruise,
Tom.
you didn't run outside your room.
No, you know why? Because the best show on TV was on a marathon all week on Boomerang. So no, I didn't go on a cruise. I was in my own paradise.
Oh
It
wow,
was perfect.
that's great.
You could ask my brother. He thought he was like, dude, we're literally in. He's like, we're literally in the Bahamas. Are you gonna go out? And I'm like, no,
No.
because Tom and Jerry's on. I don't care.
I get it. I get it.
I acknowledge my issues. We will talk. Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Um,
Okay, what
your
is left?
turn.
What can I
What do
paint
you
the
spare?
least painful move I can do right now? Not only for just for both of us, because like all these shows are just great.
At least my job got a little less stressful because you no longer have any more saves. So
I know, which scares me because now I don't feel like you're gonna kill everything I love, but it's fine. Just
at
gonna
this point, I'd be
slowly
killing stuff
watch.
we both love. So I think,
I know. That's what I was saying. Like if we kill it together, at least it doesn't hurt as bad. You just unapologetically, I'm sorry. There goes your childhood. It just faded into darkness. Okay. All right. X Men.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I know.
I'm watching through it right now. It's very good.
I know it is. I and there's like multiple X-Men cartoons I like because I
Yeah,
like the '90s
there's
one. I like X-Men Evolution. Like I like those shows a lot, but
of
like
yeah, of the three. Well, hang on. Of the one, two, three, four,
the
five,
like five
six,
superhero shows.
six. Yeah, of the six superhero shows, that's not the worst, but that's the least favorite of these on here. So I get
Right,
it. I get it.
had to do it.
Yeah.
Dude, this
Well,
is like
that's what I was gonna pick next too. So
okay. See, we can do this.
Ninja Turtles. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. It's about that time.
Like every single iteration of Ninja Turtles has is good in their own right.
Hmm.
They're each is very good in different ways, but when you're in the tier of other shows like this, you just can't. I just can't see it going much
You
farther
gotta
than
be
this.
great. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
Sorry.
and like the original's really good. Personally, I think that like early 2000s is my favorite
Oh
one.
yeah, yeah. That one
I
was
actually
very
grew up with it because
stylized. Very yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, like that's one of these Saturday morning cartoons I will always
Mm,
remember. Like
yeah.
I will remember that theme music always, and like teenage mutant. Like I will remember that. That reminds like I can remember eating breakfast listening to that. Like that's how
Uh,
like ingrained in my memory
yep,
that is.
yep.
Ugh.
And the 2013 show, it started off kind of meh, but then it got really good
Yeah.
quickly. So it,
I remember the first episode of the 2013 one. I remember I was like, I don't really like this show, and then there was one joke that I loved, and then I was like, okay,
I mean,
because it was like they were choosing the leader. It's like any of you could have been the leader. You just had to ask. It's like even Michelangelo, and my sister just stops. No, no, I don't like. I just cracked up. He was so serious the whole time. He was like, no.
Mhm.
Everyone except him. Like, oh, that was great. But no, Ninja
Okay.
Turtles is just, it's iconic.
Yeah.
Like, everyone loves the Ninja Turtles. All
Okay, your move.
right. I know, I'm scared. Um, no, no. Okay, can't do that. Can't do that.
Keep in mind, the stuff in
Like,
yellow is up for grabs now.
this is true.
So
Oh, this is true. Okay, yeah. Yeah,
this
okay,
time,
yeah. I
so
can't forget this,
sorry,
but it's
sorry, K
time.
and
It's
D.
time. Like I'm sorry. Like
It's fine.
I have to. Like
It's
it's
fine.
time.
Whatever.
Like
Uh, yeah, that one. Yeah, I'm not gonna save it twice. It's fine. Um.
so much on here still.
Okay. As creative as this show is, as good as the majority of the episodes are, as much as random lore that the show pumped into itself, and it followed up on almost all of it, and just how good every single character is. I think it's time for Adventure Time.
Mm,
And uh, yeah, I this show came out in that era where nothing on Cartoon Network was good. There was
yes.
4 years in a row where nothing was any good. And seeing promos and stuff, I was certain this show would be crap. And then it was oh, 2 episodes in, I was like, oh, this is actually very good.
Yes. And like it just like it started off good
Mm.
and then it just
Then the
got a
Lich
little better.
happened, and it just went
And
crazy.
yes, that was the craziest episode. Like, oh my gosh. Or like there's this show just went like exponentially up
Hmm.
in just how entertaining it was, and just didn't come down. And it's so good, and like all the Marceline was such a good
Yeah.
character, and like I don't know, I
I love
love it,
almost
and it
every
was
single character in this show. It is that good.
mm-hmm, it's a
But
really good show. But yeah,
I
I guess if I had a criticism, it would just, and again, this isn't even on the show. I guess
uh
it's just like how inconsistent they would make episodes,
yeah.
and just like I would be lost on where the show actually was.
Hmm.
So like, and again, that has nothing to do with the actual show. That's just Cartoon Network being weird with scheduling.
Hmm.
But
Whatever.
okay,
Your turn.
all right, where are we? I I don't know. Like I can't.
There's one on here you should kill next. There's one on
I
here that like I don't care about my feelings. Just kill it. Just do it.
no, I
Just
can't. I
do it.
don't want to be
I don't want to kill
me.
it. You kill it. I
I
don't
don't
want to do
want
it. I'm
to
not going to
be.
say it, but you do it.
I I don't want to be me because I know you love some of these. I know you do, and I don't want to attack that. But at the same, you're gonna hate
I'm going to
me.
kill Tom and Jerry next turn. So like, you might as well get your
Oh,
revenge in
you
now.
mon. You know what? Now I don't feel bad. Now I don't. All right, dude. I know you love them, but I don't like Transformers. I don't
Okay.
like. I
Yeah.
like. It's just not my thing.
I
I
get
know
it.
that's. I know you love them, but like it just. I've never really been into
I
Transformers,
get it. Like
and
I'm
that's.
honestly surprised
I.
it lasted this long. I was
I.
it was one of those shows like I knew it wasn't gonna make it to the end, so I wasn't even gonna save it if you did. If you, I was just trying to
I
see like if I didn't touch it, how long it would last. So
because I saw it in there, and I was like, okay, the two ones I knew you like. I knew you like Looney Tunes and Transformer were like that was like and Invader Zim, which I
mhm,
like Invader Zim, so I wasn't gonna mess with that.
yeah.
But like Looney Tunes and Transformers, I was like, all right, man, like I will give you time, but at a point, the
Once
hammer's
we
got to
get to
come
like
down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like we have like 12 left.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
this
saying.
time.
Like once it's like I had to. Like I'm sorry. Oh,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was crazy.
The Transformers just it means so much to me on like a personal level, but like it as
Mm-hmm.
quality goes, animated is like the peak, but like it still wasn't as good as these other shows. So yeah, this time.
So many good shows.
And yeah, I'm sorry, but I have to go Tom and Jerry second time.
That's
Sorry,
okay. That's
sorry.
okay. That's okay. I killed yours. You had killed my. Like I understand.
You already
I
killed Kids
understand.
Next
It
Door,
had
so
to be done. Yeah, exactly. I just it had to be done.
Mhm.
Ugh. Well, Tom and Jerry. I'll just pretend you're killing the new ones that no one cares about.
That's fair. Okay,
All right, what is left that I can like with a clear conscience go after? I don't even
we're in the
know.
top 10. The top 10 is Teen Titans, Looney Tunes, Batman, Young Justice, Clone Wars, Phineas and Ferb, Invader Zim, Spider Man,
Hmm.
SpongeBob, Justice League.
I love so many of these shows. There's only one show on here I don't love, and I think you know which one it is.
This one?
So yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like
I'm not gonna save it. It's fine.
yeah. Like if you want to say that you
Oh, it's
can, I
fine. It's
respect
fine.
it, but I just never like.
You don't
I'm
love Bugs
sorry.
Bunny, Daffy, and Elmer,
I
and Roadrunner,
I
and
don't because when I think Looney, I never watched the cartoon. When I think Looney Tunes, I think Space Jam.
you don't like Space
So
Jam?
like, and I know that's like the I do like Space Jam. I do,
Uh,
but I don't like Space Jam more than any of these shows.
okay.
Is what I'm trying to say. Like, I think Space Jam is great. Space Jam's like the first movie I think I watched at home.
Huh.
Like, I would like wore that VCR out. But like, just now at this stage, I can't.
I will admit there are several. I guess episodes would be the best way to describe, or segments. I guess segments of this show that
Like,
didn't age well. I guess you could say.
yeah,
There are some that
which
aged
again,
a
that's not
fine
the.
wine, but others, you probably shouldn't air those today if you're gonna.
Yeah, and again, that's like that's just part of the time, you know. Like
I
it's
get
not
it. I
like
don't hold it against it. I'm just pointing out a
right.
slight flaw.
Okay, all right. So
Okay, my
yeah,
turn.
9 shows left, all pretty much as
Uh,
good as it gets.
well, uh, pass. um,
Honestly, though.
uh, uh, Spider-Man, I guess.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That
Oh
was one
no,
of yeah.
that
That was
hurts, but because Spectacular is so good.
it is, and like the '90s one. Like I literally remember literally watched that one from cover to cover. There was like one half of one season that we
Hmm,
didn't like. The rest
hmm,
of it was great, and it was just. Uh, and I just and like Spider-Man as a character is just so lovable because it's relatable in the sense of
hmm.
like it's Spider-Man, but like
Yeah,
man, yeah, hard one to do, but it had to be done.
yeah.
Okay, all right, where are we? On that show.
Top eight.
This is getting more and more difficult. All right. Justice League, I guess.
Yeah, that's
Just
next.
be yeah, just because
Uh,
like I think of like I'm trying to think of the episodes I didn't like, the non like main core Justice League member
hmm.
episodes
Especially
kind of.
Unlimited, there's like half of the season I don't even like.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
like I'm not
every episode that just kind of focuses on Supergirl or Green Arrow, I'm like,
yeah, like in like Vigilante and those guys. Like I'm like sure, but like no, like the Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, so like oh yeah,
like
but
yeah,
like
I appreciate the show for using all the different characters to their fullest extent, but like there's some that maybe shouldn't have gotten as much spotlight as they should have, and others that
hmm
maybe they should be cut background characters. Like you can still be there in like the in the ensemble shot, but like maybe you don't need an entire episode dedicated to you. But all the episodes that are good are very good.
this is true.
Um. Well, I guess while we're on the superhero trend, I guess I'm gonna go Batman.
Oh,
I can't kill Teen Titans or Young Justice, and the other shows are too good, so I'm sorry.
I but it's
I
Batman.
know Brave and the Bold is very,
Oh,
very, very good. Animated series is very, very, very good.
the animated series is so good. Like the Robin episodes in the animated
Yeah.
series might be just like 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 I can recite the VC not the show the VCR commercial for that show.
Uh,
I can like it's so bad. Like it's so good. Like
I think it's time. I
like
just
that
I
is when
can't.
I think like that is the definition of nostalgia in my head. Like
Mhm.
but no, that's fair. It's just it's hard.
I don't want to do this, but
I don't
I,
either. But we must
okay,
continue until
okay,
there's one left. All
okay. Your
right.
turn.
Okay. So among what is left?
Teen Titans, Young Justice, Clone Wars, Phineas and Ferb, Invader Zim, SpongeBob.
So many good shows. I've got one picked in my head, but I don't
Yep.
want to kill it. And I don't. I feel bad, but my reasoning behind killing it is somewhat logical.
Okay.
So I'm going with Clone Wars, which is hard because I love it. But there are some episodes that I don't like
The droid
because some
episodes and the Jar Jar.
yes, yes, Yes.
I hope there's not a
Like
droid or Jar Jar episode in season 7. There better not
I don't
be.
think they're. I
Don't
don't
waste
think
time
they're.
on
I
that.
think they. I think they learned because like even season 6 was very much focused on stuff you cared about. It was very much either Anakin and Obi, like Yoda and the dark side,
There
nothing
was
else
still
in
that one
between.
episode. There's still that two. I think it was 2 episodes of Jar Jar and Mace Windu taking on the Night Queen.
That is true. That is true. So like it still had Mace Windu, so it was kind of better.
But
But
in
yeah, no, Jar Jar, no. So
the
yeah,
episodes that are
I don't
again
want to
the
see
episodes that
any
are yet
Jar.
repairing.
I don't know, but there's a lot of story they still have to tell. So like, I'm hoping they just stick to like Ahsoka,
Yep.
Mandalore, and like some Episode 3 parallels, and that's pretty
Yeah.
much it.
Oh yeah.
Which that looks so good.
There are so many people who are like the Clone Wars trailer introduced a plot hole in the Star Wars canon. No, no, it overlaps with Episode 3. Obviously, are you
They
dumb? Like
they
there are
said
lines from
that.
Episode 3 in the trailer. Like,
Yeah, no, they've said that. That's literally like what they said. They're like, yeah, episode like they said like last year almost. Like
yeah,
Episode 3 takes place during the clone, like because apparently because like they're gonna be like with Anakin, and then like he's gonna get called away to Coruscant, obviously,
yeah,
for the start of Episode 3
yep.
and all that stuff. And
But
while that's going on, eventually Order 66 gets mixed in near in there somewhere, and
mm,
that's the whole
but
issue.
like
So,
apparently, like in one shot, Padme is pregnant and she's in her outfit that she's in at the end of Episode 3, and
mhm.
it's like Anakin didn't know she was pregnant till the beginning of Episode 3. So this is the plot hole. It's like, dude, she's it's clearly about to the climax to
All
episode
right.
three is clearly about to happen right then. Like, just
Like
chill
it's
out.
very much like like something's going to. Oh my god! And it's gonna be crazy because like you just like what I'm hoping they're doing is like kind of like what they did. I don't know if you've seen Jedi Fallen Order, like the Order 66 part, but kind of like
Mm,
the music just starts playing,
yep.
and then stuff just gets crazy,
Uh,
and like that's
yes,
what I'm hoping for.
yes, and
Like
like watch as Ahsoka somehow escapes with her, like just by the skin of her teeth. Like,
yeah, like everyone just starts going ape and just trying to just brutally murder her.
imagine it just like starting, and then like it cuts to CG versions essentially of like Plo Koon and Kid Mundi like getting.
Oh.
eh, like,
Especially like because like we've grown so close to Plo
uh,
Koon now, and like that it's gonna hurt so much more,
yeah,
and like oh my god, and just like every and like how much we love the clones, and they're just gonna like go in and be evil,
or
and
Cody.
yes, oh my gosh, like
Yeah,
Rex is gonna I don't know, there's gonna be so much going on.
we'll get there. It's only a couple weeks away.
I know, I'm so excited. Disney Plus for the win. Top five.
Uh, Phineas and Ferb, I guess. I
uh,
don't know.
I
I
guess
I think I
at
have.
this point, I don't feel bad because it's so
Ah,
high. But that show is literally almost that
it's
show's
so
like
good.
almost perfect. That show gets an A plus because like it's the same formula every time,
Yeah.
and every time it delivers. It's
Mm,
so good.
but yeah, I just I can't justify it over these other shows. Like I love that show to bits, but these others, I
Mhm.
just. By the way, I could game it and like make it so that the show I
I
watch,
know.
but like whatever you pick next, I'm just gonna save. Just
No, and I know, like I get, because I know, like again, like I know, like for me, like I know you love Invader Zim like more than I do. Not that I don't also love it, but I
mm,
don't love it as much as the rest of the three. So I guess that's just it. But like,
go
and
ahead.
again, like that show's amazing. Yeah, I know, but like,
Yeah.
I know that show's amazing too, and it's just
But
like
see,
we're at the
oh,
point where it's like I consider all the shows at the same level at this point.
mm,
But
but see now the problem is I have to kill Invader Zim because
well,
yes I do.
well, you should have thought about that.
Because I can't kill Teen Titans or Young Justice or SpongeBob SquarePants.
I was like, you kill SpongeBob. Like, I can't. I don't know if we can do that. No, I'm just kidding.
I
But like,
just
I know. I mean, like you. You chose this path,
I
man.
know.
I understand. It's
I'm just trying to like this.
just try to figure out something that annoys you about the show and then use that. That's what I've been doing the last couple of rounds.
Um, the Halloween episode's not great, I guess, which is was weird because the show itself is already like stupid creepy. So to have the Halloween episode be kind of just weird, not like it was fine, but like not up to the standard of what you'd expect from Vader's in Halloween episode. Um, that's like I think that's the only one I don't really like. I'll use it. It's fine. It's enough.
It's enough of a
Bye.
yeah, I feel that.
Uh,
Okay. Um okay, out of these three, I can't do that. Yeah, okay. Well, no, but that's so good though. But that's kind of better. But then again, all right. So this is gonna be hard too. But I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't know. Like I can't because like I can't kill SpongeBob. Like I can't. I physically am unable to kill SpongeBob. So like I
honestly, I won't play my cards yet, but like depending on which one you pick, I
I
oh
don't
no,
know.
like depending on which one you pick, SpongeBob is a shoe in. But if you pick the other one, it'll be a very tough decision for
I know, and that's the thing. Like, and
me.
I realize that, but like I don't know, because like I'm trying to weigh this two in my head, and it's like I love so these things for different, but some of
Hmm.
the same and some for very different reasons.
Yeah.
Because because like I love how Young Justice like brings in not just the kid heroes, but like it's connected to everything.
Yeah.
Because there are some episodes with the Justice League, and so like, and I love that because I've always wanted that because that's what I wanted the original like, Justice League, and like I know
Hmm.
that there was like I don't know, licensing or whatever
Whatever.
issues,
Yeah.
but like, but then Teen Titans is so good, and like Robin in Teen Titans is like
One of my
one of
all-time
the.
favorite characters.
I know that's one of the reasons I got into superheroes. Like
Hmm. It's
Robin
probably the reason
Savage,
for me, honestly.
probably like that's so cool, so cool. And it's just like, and like Young Justice, I think like season 2, it's like there's some episodes because when like and it kind of did like a Clone Wars thing, kind of where
Yeah.
it started focusing on like characters I wasn't really interested in
Hmm.
because
I
characters
hate
because like
Lagoon Boy. He is just the worst character.
I just don't care about Lagoon Boy, yeah, like and stuff like that. But like or like they'll spend episodes with like Mal and so and I'm like those guys are fine, but like I want Nightwing and Artemis and and like and that's what I want and I get and
Hmm.
because like Nightwing from Young Justice like there's literally a YouTube video of just Nightwing and Young Justice. It's like an hour long, and it is the most entertaining thing ever. He
Huh.
doesn't even he fights for like 5 minutes, but most of it is just him talking and like how he
Hmm.
plans and just like it's so cool. But I think I'm gonna have to kill Young Justice.
Okay.
I
Yep.
had to.
Yep.
I'm sorry. It's hard, which means you've got a choice to make.
Ah, you picked the wrong one, buddy. Why?
Because
You picked Teen Titans. Like, not that
I didn't want it to
I
make it
love Young
easy.
Justice too, but it would have been at least
It
slightly
would have been a
easier
lot. I
choice.
know, I
Slightly easier.
know, I know. The ultimate decision
SpongeBob is the funniest show.
ever.
Period. Like, we're only including, season 1 through 3, obviously, but like,
yeah, like the golden age of
yeah.
SpongeBob. Like literally, like undeniable. I can't.
I okay. I think I have. Yeah, it's SpongeBob. I have to say SpongeBob.
Yeah,
I just as much as I love Teen Titans, like I just said, Robin is the reason I got into superheroes. all the episodes with Cyborg are not my favorite.
Mm,
The the like final season, like the way it focused on Beast Boy a little more than it maybe should have, especially since he already got his own season like 2 seasons ago with Tara and all that. Like it felt like a little bit of a step back after you already dealt with Trigon. Like
mhm. You
it
kind of
flowed
hit
and
their ceiling, and
it was
so much cool stuff. Because like I remember losing my mind over who is Slade. Like not
yeah.
knowing obviously Slade is Slade, but like
Slade. Who
but
cares?
like I mean like like back then I didn't know that, and
Yeah.
like I was just like this guy's and like how evil, like he was such a good villain, and
Hmm.
like Robin was such a good character, and how good that was, and just oh, and again, like, and the Titans, like, they weren't all like all of them weren't my favorite, but like there were some episodes, like I really like some of the Raven episodes where they got
Hmm.
really in depth and really serious, and then like even like the Starfire episode where like that other alien like was like the species racism, like
Yeah.
that was a really big
Oh yeah.
episode, and I was like, yo, that's really serious, like that's
Hmm.
crazy. Like and even like one of the Cyborg episodes, like the one where he was like dealing with, I think it was like his body was shutting down or something, but like his human side was trying to take, like I mean, like
Uh-huh.
even stuff like that. Because Cyborg was not, I think out of all of them, either Cyborg or Beast Boy is my least favorite, but like even their episodes occasionally were like really moving and
Hmm.
really interesting, and like the stuff with Tara was really good because like seeing how much they trust, like because that grew with time. Like you, for a while, you were like maybe she's not gonna do it. Of course she does it, but like
Yeah.
still, oh
But yeah, that show was that might have been like the first like episodic show that I really got into. Now that I
man.
think
Mm-hmm.
about it, and yeah, it was so good.
God, and it wasn't just serious. Like it did serious so well, but like it was really funny.
Hmm.
Like they had really good jokes, and I liked the animation style a lot because they had that ability to use some of those like anime characteristics with like
Yep.
reactions and stuff, which was really good.
Mm.
But it also was just a well written, thought out show. Like in some of the like I remember like the episode where like Slade's like in Robin's mind and he literally goes crazy fight. Like that was
Oh yeah.
crazy. Like he's literally going in crazy.
Hmm.
And it's like, and the Titans are like, all right, dude, like we gotta shut you down. He's like, bro, I will go through you. And they're just like, what? Like he's literally gonna like he's
Yep.
going insane. Like that was such a good episode. Ugh.
But at the end of the day, it's SpongeBob.
But
Like
it's yeah,
can't
again,
compete.
like there are, I can't even count. I can't count on two hands. Like I can't. There's so many episodes of SpongeBob that are just
Perfect.
perfect.
Yeah.
You can't like you can't beat them. Like it's just
Hmm.
unfair. And I guess that's just what it because it's and the thing is, it's not just like oh SpongeBob's pretty good. Like everyone loves SpongeBob.
Yep.
If someone hasn't seen SpongeBob, you're like, did you even have a childhood?
The only
Like
people who don't like SpongeBob have never watched it.
exactly, basically, like,
uh,
and like SpongeBob references are huge. Like, you
mm,
can just like any SpongeBob reference. 90% of people our age will be like, "Oh yeah, of course, I
yeah.
get that episode from
And
obviously that's from the camping episode. Like, they'll know exactly where
mhm.
it's from and everything.
And SpongeBob is probably the most memed show.
Oh,
Period. Like
oh yeah, by far. Like the amount of
outside of maybe
SpongeBob
The
memes.
Office, like it is up there with like the
I
most
would
meme
say
show.
more than The Office, honestly, because like how many SpongeBob memes are there? Like there's the like the chicken SpongeBob
Yeah.
meme. There's what else is there? Hold on,
Oh,
I gotta look up these.
I'm blanking right now, but I know there are
I
a
know.
lot.
I'm just gonna look up SpongeBob meme and see what comes up. Yeah, there's the chicken one. Oh yeah, there's the one where he's like tired and like leaning against the
Yeah.
wall.
Or he's
There's
like,
the
I'm a
one.
head out.
Yeah, I'm ahead. Yeah, there's the Patrick one, like looking over him.
Right,
That's really
right.
funny. There's the SpongeGar one. That was a big meme. I remember
Hmm.
that. What else is there? so um, there's the imagination
Hmm.
meme. That's a good one. Uh, oh, there's the one. There's the one where it's like the like paint can and Patrick with the giant
Uh,
axe. That's a great one.
uh,
Oh my gosh. There's the one where SpongeBob just looks like this.
right.
There's so many. Like oh, there's the you like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward? Like
That face. Yeah,
that's like
that's a
there
good
like
one.
that's what I was saying. Like there's so many me like SpongeBob is the most memeable show
Mm,
that has ever been. And not just because it's a meme does that make it great, but it's just that iconic and everyone gets it and like it's just it is my child like it's our childhood. It is. Like you can't like I can't tell you what show like if I were to list the shows I watched growing up, which we did, like
mm,
you can't ignore SpongeBob. Like
yeah.
that because it was on all the time, which when it was good was never a problem.
Hmm.
It was
Like
like
I almost considered not even having it on this list just because I thought it would win.
right.
But
And
like
that's what
because
I
it's
was
like it's equal to Avatar. Like it is a very
and,
different kind of show, but like as far as enjoyment goes, it is the same to me. But like I feel I would have been doing this show particular an injustice not to have it on here. So
mhm. Yeah, and I guess that's just it's just that good because it's too good. Like it is.
hmm. But like honestly, if there was only one show to ever exist, why not it be SpongeBob? Like that
Right.
just feels right.
Right, and I know that it really fell off a cliff after a while,
Yeah,
which it happens.
yeah.
That no show is perfect forever,
Hmm.
but for the moments when it was on, like when it was good, it was literally the bar, the
Hmm.
standard for how
Hmm.
good a show is. And honestly, it still is for me. Like
Yeah.
a show might be funny, it might be entertaining, but it's not SpongeBob.
Hmm.
It sometimes just universally accepted as like the best, like at
Yeah.
least for this generation, like because, and I know like and I feel like if you didn't grow up with it, you might not like it because like oh it's just dumb, it's rot. Like I know my parents think it's weird,
Hmm.
and they
Same.
think oh it's stupid, it'll rot your brain, but like for growing up in that time, it's great, and like there's so many episodes that you like
So many
we could
quotable lines. Like so, just
yes.
SpongeBob is probably the thing. I mean, me and my brother just quote at each other without even
Oh,
the most.
oh,
Like it's
all the time. Yeah, we should just take Bikini Bottom and push
push
it
it.
somewhere. Like, there's so like you could just. It's too. There's the SpongeBob like the sitting at the table with the coffee waiting.
Right.
That's like there's too many of these. Like it's
Uh,
it's unreal. But it is. Maximum overdrive.
that training video was just it. It
Yes.
is so much better now that I've actually worked at a fast food chain, had to watch videos like that, and like they're actually that dumb.
Yeah, like the required, like,
Mhm.
this is how our job is supposed to work, knowing for sure that's not how it's going to go at all.
Uh,
And I just love it's like interfacing with your boss. Mr. Krabs had a raise? No. Good
good job.
job, Mr. SquarePants. I'm like, that's how it is in real life, too.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, oh, my the show is just so many episodes are just so good, and I can't. No, it's too good. That's just all there is to it.
Yep. That's all there is to it. So, is there anything else about any of these shows you want to say before we wrap it up?
Just I this was difficult.
Yeah, but
I had
it
a
was.
feeling it was gonna come down to SpongeBob kind of from the start. Because I looked at this and I was like, all right, now what on here do I like more than SpongeBob? And I looked for a while, and I looked for a while, and I was like,
I don't think anything, but you know what? Things could
uh,
happen.
yeah, because I was like, the way the game goes, maybe it comes up, maybe it kind of sneaks balls through the cracks. I don't know, but
Okay.
it did not.
No.
We knew better. We'll
Yeah.
do this. I feel like we should do this with like Marvel movies
Oh yeah.
or
Yeah.
something next time. I feel like that'd
Or
be
even
more
just
fun.
like movies in general, or like video
Movies and
games,
like
or
just movies we like.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll
Oh
we'll,
yeah.
we'll keep. I like this format.
Mm.
This was really. I think
It's
shows
hard but
was
fun.
yes. I think shows was a good thing to start with because I think we had a lot we did like, but there was also some we were like, all right, I know you like this, but I don't really like this. So it was just kind of like, you're really gonna do it? Like,
Dude.
it's
Oh.
like it's either I hurt me or I hurt you. So,
Uh, so yeah. And with that, we'll see you all next time.
take care, guys.